Hello there, everybody. Mr. MPH2002 here, and welcome to the Championship Edition of Thomas Battles. Not only is it the Championship Edition, today is also the 70th anniversary of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. So, of course, because of this very, very special occasion, you know we gotta go with the Championship theme. Hit it! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Championship Edition of Thomas Battles with your host, Mr. MPS2002. Battling today will be, with 1 win, 0 losses, Eric Pierre 53, along with 1 win, 0 losses, HiroTheJapaneseTrain, and last but not least, with 1 win, 0 losses, TrainKing James. Now, onto the battle. Well, with that music done, let us introduce our freaking champions that we have here to participate with 1 win, 0 losses. It is Eric Pierre 53.
We are the champions.
Good. With 1 win, 0 losses, it's TrainKing James.
I'm back, people!
And with 1 win, 0 losses, it's HiroTheJapaneseTrain.
Let's go!
Let's go, mates.
Yeah.
M8s. But unfortunately, after this battle, it's going, for the 2 of you, it's going to be 1 win, 1 loss. And for 1 of you, it's going to be 2 wins, 0 losses.
Me!
Ermager.
Alright, boys, well, with that said, let's begin the championship round.
Da-da-da-dum.
Question number 1 of the championship round. What is the best season of the Thomas and Friends TV show? Let's start with Eric Pierre 53.
I'm not ready. Okay, I'm ready. Season 1.
Of course, HiroTheJapaneseTrain.
Season 4.
TrainKing James.
I'm gonna say the same thing as Matt. Season 4.
Well, none of you get the
W.
point, considering you all picked the wrong answer, which is Season 5. Next question. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up!
I'm just kidding. I just realized that we have 2 community radio members here and 1 non-community radio member. I just wanted to say this was not rigged. We don't have a community radio bias here. That's not a thing. And because that's not a thing, we're gonna start with James's argument.
I was actually in the Thomas battles I was in before I got my show, so yeah.
Anyways, let's start with TrainKing James. Why is Season 4 the best? Oh, and by the way, you two, you can either choose to team up, or you can choose to battle separately. If you team up, both of you will get the point. Do you guys want to team
You
up?
want to team up, Matt?
I'm gonna be a lone star.
All right, boys. You're gonna team.
All right,
you're gonna
yeah.
be separate. All right, TrainKing James, give me your argument. So in this case,
star.
in this case, the person that persuades me the best that Season 4 is the best will get the point. So, James, you start first. Why is Season 4 the best?
Season 4 is the best simply because I found the first 2 seasons were lacking in terms of detail in some ways because they were just very basic in some. Like the first season, I found very basic. Second season was better with still. Season 3 didn't follow like Rally Series guidelines as much, and Season 5 completely blew the Rally Series out of the water. Just completely came up with a whole set of stories, which were, in my opinion, really awesome. But that's why I'm going with Season. I've stuck with the Rally Series probably the most, and had probably some of the most beautiful detail, aside from 1 episode.
All right, coming out fighting strong. Let's go over to Matt.
All right. So, Season 4, I mean, when you talk about it, you gotta hit all the bases. Step 1, best visuals. I mean, when you think about all the sets that they made for Season 4, you look at the visuals, the countryside, especially on the Scarlet Railway. I mean, first time we got the Scarlet Railway, I mean, hello. The best score was in Season 4. I mean, the Scarlet Railway theme, you can't go wrong there. Stuff like that. Season 4 had really emotionally captivating stories. For one thing, it was the only season with Duke, and everybody loves Duke to this day. I mean, I love Duke. I don't know about you guys. and we got all of Duke's stories in season 4, and he didn't appear in any other seasons, you know?
There's no reason to not bring him back. Like season 19, please.
Exactly. Duke has been a staple of the Thomas and Friends franchise, and he was in season 4 only.
Quick clarification there. Duke appeared in 2 portrait cameos in season 5 and in a stock footage cameo in season 7.
Stock footage, and yeah, I mean.
Hey, I'm just making a clarification here, my man.
All right,
I'm just making a clarification. I'm not gonna hold that against you, considering yes, stock footage. It's stock footage, but I just wanted to get that before people in the comments start complaining.
All right, I got your logic.
All right, Eric.
So season 1 is the best season because, well, first of all, like people say it was really basic season 1, but when you think about it, like the Railway series was also pretty basic, the first few stories. And also, speaking of Railway series, they had all the original like first episodes of the Railway series, like the Railway series Essential. And also, like, the sets were pretty basic, but there was also the first of the kind, like the viaduct scene. Like when you think about that, that was an amazing set. And also, like, first of all, Ringo Starr, a member of the Beatles, one of the greatest bands in the world, narrated the first and second season. And George Carlin, one of the funniest comedians of the time, also narrated. That alone is amazing.
All right.
But those were also in season 4.
Yes, but and also it was also an amazing way to introduce the series to a new demographic and just relaunch Thomas after the Railway series dived down in popularity.
All right, those are all very strong arguments. You've already started, but why don't you guys just knock each other down? Matt's already started, so.
Well, okay, can I start?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you guys don't have to take turns this time. Just butt in whenever you want to.
All right.
Yeah.
Eric. George Carlin was in season 4. There was an even cooler viaduct in season 4. Ringo Starr was around for more than just season 1.
But Michelangelo's, I like.
What is so special about season 1 that sets it apart from the other seasons? I asked that.
Freaking dang, calling him out.
Plus, in my opinion, Ringo Starr didn't put that much energy in the series.
You know what he did put effort?
He narrated like he sang.
You know what he did put effort into? His drumming.
Yes, that.
And also something. Well.
But it's like narration was just like Thomas was pulling his car.
Oh no!
Along the
Look
tracks.
at that.
Whereas George Carlin would say Thomas is pulling his coaches along the tracks. You know, he put more energy. That's why I can't really say Ringo Starr is what makes the season better.
I will. I mean, I get that, James, but I mean, I think you need to go into more detail. I asked the question, Eric. What about season 1 from a Thomas standpoint, not a Ringo standpoint, because it's already been established Ringo's awesome. What about the season itself that sets it apart, that sets it better than season 4?
The stories were amazing. Like the Essential Railway series was in it. Like the Scar Lorry Railway is fine, but you can't have Thomas the Tank Engine without the original Thomas the Tank Engine. Like this is the series at its purest. There would not be a TV series if this wasn't around. And
it did make an attempt at a TV series before.
Yeah,
there was a TV series in 1953.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that? They did on late night British television. They did one of the stories from Thomas and Friends from the Railway series.
Eric, I want to hear a little bit more of your argument. Knock the other two down a little bit more.
Actually, instead of an argument, what's so special about season 4 too? You know what? You throw me a question, I throw the same question back. What's so special about season 4?
I'll answer that one. Well, for starters, season 4, from what I can remember, actually followed the content, did actually a much better job than I think the Railway series did it in terms of order of the stories. Because I think season 4 had chronological order, whereas the Railway series kind of skipped around a little bit in terms of storytelling. And I liked how it did that much better. So I think that worked out a bit better, and it made it easier to understand the arrivals of certain engines. Whereas season 4, I liked even though Rusty the Rescue was in my opinion, not a good episode, it was a perfect transition to move from standard gauge to narrow gauge, because you notice all the episodes until that were narrow gauge, and then all the episodes afterwards were
Hold on,
standard gauge.
James. Hold on, James.
So kind of like
Rusty to the
provided perfect
Rescue
flow.
was not the first narrow gauge episode. That was actually Grand Puff.
I know it wasn't the first. I just said it was all the episodes before Rusty to the Rescue were narrow
like,
gauge,
guys-
and then Rusty the Rescue was the perfect train.
But guys, another
From
like
narrow gauge
like
episodes back to
like
standard gauge.
at the moment you've been talking about this, what else is there apart
What
from
a-
the narrow gauge railway? Like
Well,
that's all you've been talking about at the moment. Season 4, oh, there's the narrow gauge railway, and the
Well-
sets are nice, and
Well,
the stories
hold
are
on.
nice.
I'm
What
that season 4 also brought in
like
MPS's
season 4
favorite
also?
character, Bowler.
Hey, listen, don't try to pander to me here. I'm taking my personal opinion out of this.
I'm just going to say this. The thing about season 4 that keeps it separate from season 1 is that all those factors, the fact that it had better visuals, better models, the better score, better sets, and more emotionally captivating stories means that it's actually more interesting to watch than season 1. It'll keep you drawn in more than season 1. Season 1 had many flaws. You've got to keep that in mind because this was the first season that
Plus,
they
they
were doing.
skipped around.
All
They
right, all
had
right.
continuity errors, you know?
All right, here's the thing. I'm split down all three of you. So here's how I'm going to make the decision. Each one of you give me the best episode from your season. Matt, what's your favorite season 4 episode? Or what's the best? Not your favorite. What's the best season 4 episode?
I was about to say. It's Thomas and the Special Letter.
Okay.
Dang it, Matt!
You took yours?
Yes.
All right.
Well-
James, I'm eliminating you considering that he basically he said it before you. Basically, that was it. It was a matter of luck.
It's fine.
All right.
Get wrecked.
Eric, what was yours?
Flying Kipper.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain that.
Argue. Fight.
Okay. Eric, go first.
Okay. So first of all, the episode itself is really good. Like it follows very much the Railway series story, and also, so like just when you go on the scenery standpoint, just I don't know if about everyone else, but just the winter morning scenery in that episode is just astonishing. It's just so beautiful. Just the sun in the background and all the snow all around. It's just beautiful. And also, like Henry's crash itself is a pretty vicious crash, and it's pretty awesome already there. And also, and after Henry's crash, you feel so sorry for him. Like you could feel like he looks so sad in his face, and then Sir Tom had, oh, you're gonna be fixed, and then he comes back in the spring, and you're so happy for him in his new shape, and everything's good for him now. He doesn't need his special medication, special coal anymore, and he's actually strong enough to pull the express, and you feel so happy for him. And I think it's just the best episode of the whole Thomas the Tank Engine franchise.
All right. Matt.
Really? I'm going to talk a little bit about the Flying Kipper. For one thing, from a film standpoint, it was very flawed. Because, for one thing, they reused some footage, so Henry's new shape and old shape kind of got mixed up in shots. And you saw like some of the stage people's hands. But when it comes to the episode itself, I mean, for Henry, it's an important episode. But in terms of Thomas and the Special Letter, this is a story that is actually, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's very deeply connected to the Railway series because this is the moment in the book Enterprising Engines when Thomas and all of his friends go to the mainland, I believe, and they actually get connected with the place that their entire island is based off of. The entire island of Sodor is based off the United Kingdom, and they go to the United Kingdom.
Oof.
So it's very deep. It's deeply rooted in Thomas history, you know.
All right.
May I just say something about Thomas and the Special Letter really quick?
What?
So, like, first of all, the engines that come to replace the engines aren't really the engines. They're just, instead of taking the diesels that were supposed to be, they just reuse characters that they already
They
established.
were actually going to be tanking.
Yeah. And also, like, Thomas crashes, and then you're like, oh no, is he gonna make it? Maybe he's not gonna make it. Maybe something's gonna happen. But then no, everything's just fine and dandy. I'm here, let's go. And then all happy, and then, like...
Yeah, but
it's
you
basi-
know the story.
It's
of the Flying
basically...
Kipper before it happens.
All right,
Well,
all
it's
right, guys.
It's basically, oh no, he crashed.
need
I
to
wonder.
reach a
Oh,
verdict.
okay, he's okay.
Guys, we need to reach a verdict here. This is tough. I'm deeply split down the middle. So I'm gonna ask James for help here. James, which one would you pick?
Let's see. I'm thinking. I like Eric's, and I also like Matt's. And I'm gonna say I'm stuck too behind this because I was thinking
Jesus.
Eric and Matt gave a convincing argument. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't help you.
All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give both of you the point. Both of you get the point for this round, just because I can't freaking decide.
That was hard.
So both of you have 1 point, and then James, you're just kind of left out in the cold. Sorry, man. I'm sure you'll catch up.
Don't worry, I'll catch up.
Actually, I'm cold right now.
That was the most. That was the most challenging thing I ever done in my life.
Oh my god, that was.
I need a glass of water now.
Oh my god,
All right, round 2. Which Thomas movie deserves a direct sequel? Well, that means like continuing directly from the end of that film.
All of us are going to have the exact same answer.
Okay.
No, we're not. I got a weird one.
Eric, you start.
The Adventure Begins.
Matt.
Nope.
Thomas and the Magic Railroad.
James.
I chose a very weird one. Hero of the Rails.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
James, you start.
All right, I picked that one, and I'm gonna go. Starting off with the movie itself. I'm gonna go with the other movies. I feel like Magic Railroad ended in a place where if we actually continued it, it would just kind of like, it would be like, I'm back. We, Teasel 10, it'd just be a worse movie than the first one. Calling All Engines, no one wants to see that one again, and other movies. And then going on to Adventure Begins, we already know what happens next. There's no real need to do the sequel. You know, James has his little
All right, yeah, we got it.
Then, you know, Thomas starts running his branch.
We got it.
That stuff.
Talk about your thing.
Get to why Hero the Rails deserves a sequel.
In Hero of the Rails, it's like from Hero of the Rails to the beginning of season 13, we see her leave so north, and he comes back a short time later, and we never figured out why he never left. So I feel like afterwards, I mean, it could have been a really good story. Like maybe Hero came back to his rail and realized it maybe wasn't the same place years ago. You don't know that. Like, we never knew why. It's just, it seemed like a bad idea by Sharon Miller, but I think it could have made it for a very interesting plot. Why is Hero still on Sodor if he missed his home so much? Like, what could that that's why I would say that. That's one of my examples.
That's interesting. All right, Eric.
Well, you say, oh, we all know what happens after The Adventure Begins, but then again, we already knew what would happen with The Adventure Begins, and I know that every single one of you saw it, and you were blown away. The whole Thomas community altogether was all blown away. And wouldn't it, and also, thinking about it, I was thinking about this the other day, a lot of kids would have been alienated by The Adventure Begins, considering there's actually no Percy in it. I think he's like the second main character and there's no Percy in the movie. That would be an opportunity to actually get Percy in and actually introduce Percy, actually get more of the Railway series episodes, and make something that is also really awesome. Like I said earlier, wouldn't it be Flying Kipper is my favorite episode. Wouldn't it be awesome to see a CGI recreation of the Flying Kipper?
Is it bad to say that I haven't seen The Adventure Begins yet?
What?
Oh, okay. I'm taking over the show. You don't deserve it, Matt.
Well, hold on.
You don't deserve it.
About Henry's crash, doesn't it already happen by the time The Adventure Begins comes around? Because not because of the whole continuity thing, but because Henry's already in his new shape. I mean,
you said it yourself. The continuity with the shape is thrown around all over the place. We have no idea.
Season 1 is different. This is The Adventure Begins. This is CGI. I mean, this is after Tom. This is 70th anniversary.
Okay, Matt. Tell us why Thomas and the Magic Railroad deserves a direct sequel.
Okay, well, I'm assuming you guys all saw Thomas and the Magic Railroad because
Matt, yes,
that was my jam when I was a kid.
At the end of the movie, funny you mentioned that, Eric. I mean, it's the movie that we all know from our childhood. There deserves to be some absolution because Thomas and the Magic Railroad ended on what is considered to be a cliffhanger. Not because some things are left unseen about the plot, but because we don't know what happens to a lot of the characters after the movie. Because Lady, where is she now? How did Diesel 10 get back on
She's working
Sodor
with
from?
Rusty
Yeah,
and calling all
obviously
engines.
she's working with Rusty in the mountains
But
in
how did
Thomas's
she-
dreams. Duh.
Again, how did she get to? Well, yeah, that's Thomas's dreams. Where is she now?
It's Thomas's wet dream.
Oh,
Ew!
Eric, this is a show for maybe some tween kid thing.
Eric, come on, Eric. Deduct a point.
The
How
kids
did-
don't get it.
All right, how? Oh my God!
Ignoring
Did you
that.
mean because of Steam? Oh my God, Eric. How did Diesel 10 get back on Sodor from the barge? Did the barge carry him to England? Did the barge carry him to Misty Island? What happened to him?
Was the barge Bulstrode?
No, it wasn't.
Plot
See, when I was a kid, I actually thought the barge was Bulstrode.
Oh, fist bump.
I'm pretty sure that, I mean, for everybody that's got a Thomas Wood Railway series right now, I've seen that you guys use Splatter and Dodge a lot, just outside this call, too. Whatever happened to Splatter and Dodge? Did they just go back to England after Diesel 10 was in the barge? Where are the human characters? Whatever happened to Burnett Stone, Patch, Lily, the characters that we actually love to see on camera? And the director's cut and everything, some elements could be thrown in there. All the stuff from the director's cut that everybody said would make Thomas and the Magic Railroad a masterpiece has now the opportunity to be put into a sequel. If there was a sequel to Thomas and the Magic Railroad, I'm pretty sure that if it was made by this team with Andrew Brenner and his writing team, they would incorporate some of the elements of the director's cut into there, and we would have a totally different movie than what Siskel and Ebert rated Thomas and the Magic Railroad as. You know, it would be much better than
Siskel and Ebert rated Thompson the Magic Railroad?
I have to see that now.
Me too.
They said
Me too.
that it was creepy. They hated it.
All right, guys. I think I've reached my decision, but just so that we can,
Wait,
just so that we can have
but
a
you-
final decision here. I'm gonna ask each one of you which of the other person's movies, taking your movie and your personal opinion out of it, which person's movie would you see, Eric?
Wait, what? Which one should
Which
a part
movie
our
would you see?
as
So
a remake?
assuming
as
that
a sequel?
Yes.
assuming that they're all made, which one would you see first?
Yes.
I wouldn't see a Hero of the Rails remake sequel in 1,000 years for $1 million. Like the Thompson and Magic Row wouldn't be that interesting, but I would watch it I would watch it 100 times if that means I don't have to watch the sequel to Hero of the Rails. Anyway, don't we have the TV series as we never really explained it, but we never really needed it either.
Okay. James, which movie would you see?
Probably Magic Railroad.
I would.
Just because I don't see a point to really doing The Adventure Begins and continues, considering the fact that it will just be the same stories we've all seen just mushed together.
Basically,
some
you're
other
saying right now
animals.
that The Adventure Begins was bad,
guys,
and
guys.
you
I'm
are
not
going to
saying
be
it was bad,
personally
I'm just
shot
saying
by
it
the
was
whole
just
community.
But Eric, does that mean that The Adventure Begins should avoid criticism?
All right, guys. That's a whole different debate here.
Yeah.
The majority vote is that they'd see the Magic Railroad sequel. I would too, which is why I'm giving Matt the point.
God damn it.
I tried something different.
All right, time for round 3. Which character from that was in the Railway series only and never in anything else that's canon, you get which character from the Railway series only deserves to be brought into the TV series? And we're starting with Matt.
Pip and Emma.
Pip and Emma. All right. Eric.
Flying Scotsman.
James.
I'm gonna say the Works Diesel.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Flying Scotsman is in the TV series.
All right.
Technically.
All right, guys.
His tenders,
guys,
not
Eric,
the actual
Eric,
engine.
Eric talked to me about this beforehand. It was only his tenders. He never made an actual appearance. He never talked. He never spoke. He never did anything other than have his tenders poke out of a shed. So I'm allowing
And
it.
his engine ended up on the floor, and they were like, "Screw it, time and money. Let's
I'm
just
allowing
All
it.
right,
let's just
all right.
rewrite the script."
I'm allowing it.
All right.
Allowing it. All right. Matt.
Well, Pip and Emma, because in the Railway series they caused quite a stir. Meaning they've had some important roles. I mean, they almost took over Gordon's Express. Would you love to see that on the TV series? I mean,
I thought they did.
Well, didn't they? Well, at the moment, do we
Eric.
really need?
Eric.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Wait till you give your argument. Then I'll let you complain at each other.
Okay, I will shut up.
Okay. Can you imagine seeing Pip and Emma animated, by the way? I mean, wow. If they were in the TV series also, they'd probably get merchandise. Can you imagine that? Holy crap.
All right. James.
I see the work diesel. I was originally going with Pip and Emma, but then I realized, if they like the other characters, they have a personality. No one knows a thing about the works diesel. No one knows exactly what kind of diesel he is, and I think he could be like a fresh start to the series because I feel like all the diesels that have joined the TV series as of recently have all had a negative reputation at one point or time. Like, Paxton, Norman, they were part of the Steamworks thing. Sydney had his bad times too. So everybody had their negative reputation. What about this one being like a standard gauge assistant to Victor or whatever? Like the other characters have all had personalities. So this one's like a clean slate. You could basically turn to anything you wanted. Like Pip and Emma are like fast express engines. Don't we have that? We don't have like many diesels doing stuff like that in our time.
All right, Eric.
Okay, like James said, he could have a competitor to Gordon. We already have Connor, Caitlin, Spencer, and probably 5 other ones. And also, the Flying Scotsman, he is the Gordon's brother. The Gordon's brother already there. That would be amazing to actually have some family-related stuff into the TV series. And also, maybe just the Flying Scotsman talking about, the decline of steam and the fact that his railway is closing down and just that diesel is pretty much taking over on the mainland and that, you're lucky to be on this island and everything because everything is so much better over here. And not necessarily a competitor to Gordon, but a friend of Gordon, someone that doesn't compete with him but that actually helps him. And actually, Gordon doesn't have that many friends. He's usually rude to people. Maybe Flying Scotsman could be like his tutor or something. I don't know, just because Flying Scotsman is wise and everything. Maybe he could just be. Yeah, okay, I'm done.
All right, before we go into arguments, I just want to say, James, I think your argument worked against you. You said he has no personality. That's not a great thing. We want characters that have personality.
Yeah, the reason why I said that, though, is because we got a clean slate. And I know we want characters with personality, but it's we're just going to see, the Pip and Emma personality, how they're always, they always have some degree of problems. And, we have Flying Scotsman's, fatherly, personality. And it's but there's so much potential with the work diesel. That's why I think he has the most potential. I think he was just underrated in the railway series and completely forgotten about.
But just because of that, I think he would never be in the series because making a personality for him would actually take effort from the writers. So
yeah, they just want to write about dinosaurs and stuff
and pirates and John Hurt. Okay.
And dynamite throwing villains.
And in a railboat with.
Okay. We get it. We get it. Legend of the Lost Treasure is unrealistic. We got it. Thank you. Jeez.
But has the small railway, so I'm happy.
If we may continue.
Matt, yes, go ahead, please. Thank you.
Pip and Emma do have one thing about them that Flying Scotsman nor the Works Diesel will have, is that they'll shut up soccer moms because they're female, and so they won't be able to cry that Thomas is sexist.
Alright, I'm sorry, that's dumb. That's a dumb statement.
That was just one thing that I wanted to say, and I have more to say.
Okay, well, I don't know. I think just for the sake of time here, because we're already at 38 minutes and we're only on the 3rd battle here. For the sake of time, I think I've reached a verdict. One of you knocked the other ones down harder than the rest of you did. That's Eric, so I'm giving Eric the point because he knocked the 2 of you down harder than the 2 of you knocked him down. So yeah, Eric gets the point. Yay!
Thank you very much.
So guys, time for round 4. What is the best year of the Thomas Wooden Railway? And we're starting with who hasn't started yet. I'm just gonna start with
I think
Matt.
I think all of us started.
Matt, you start.
All right. 1999.
Eric.
1996.
James.
2001.
All right, hold on a second while I pull these years up on the Thomas Wooden wiki. While I do, start your argument, Eric.
Okay, 1996. So, first of all, MPS, 1996 was the year that they released the Roundhouse, and we all know how much you love the Roundhouse set. So already,
like I said, don't pander to me. Take my personal feelings out of this.
I know. But, like, here's a small list of items that were released that year. Coldy, D199, The Workshed, Henry's Tunnel, The Mail Coach. Just so many iconic items were released that year. And at that time, the Wind Railway was in full swing. It was actually now comfortable. It actually had all its tools laid out, and it actually knew what it was doing. And was releasing Railway Series characters. And releasing some iconic destinations that we still talk about today. Like, and also the Mail Coach. When you think about the Mail Coach, one thing that blew my mind the other day, like, all the people at home, if you're holding it in your hands, look at your Mail Coach. It's slightly shorter than an Express Coach.
All right, first of all, would anybody be holding their Mail Coach out of all items in their hands while they're watching
Oh my God,
this?
Tom Spelson, Tom, better get my Mail Coach.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
But like, it was just it was an amazing year for the Thomas Wind Railway with amazing items, and it just deserves. It was the golden age.
All right,
At the point in the golden age where everything was made of wood.
All right, coming out fighting. I like it. Matt.
Okay, 1999, they had pretty much all that and more. We got the most beloved
And more
entity
means plastic. A lot of plastic.
And more also means, what's bad about plastic? Plastic, in most cases,
The
back
bubble
then,
loader, that's what's bad about plastic.
I'm not even talking about 2015. I'm talking about 1999.
I know.
When that stuff got,
I'm just busting your balls. I know.
Yeah. It made everything so much more realistic. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I hated Donald Douglas back in 1996. In 1999, they got plastic coal. And like they got Thomas got a plastic funnel.
All right.
Added realism.
May I interject here? Yeah, there were so many realistic items in 1999, like the stop and go station and the Sodor engine wash.
Well, hold on. Those are two things. And if you're going to talk
the
about
Sodor
that,
grain mill.
Yeah, but when did you see
all the redesigns?
All right, we're ganging up on. I shouldn't be doing this because I'm the judge. Matt. I'll give you a little bit more argument because I kind of messed with you there.
Well, okay. So in 1999, we had the destinations such as the coal station, the grist mill, and we got Neil, Catherine, three-way switches, and the NW brake van. You know, brake vans, those important things that you put at the end of trains. We got that in 1999. We got the coal. You know, in most community videos, most of them, especially Ted, would be incredibly angry if they didn't have a brake van at the end of their train. The NW brake van was that brake van.
For those of you who don't know, Ted is extremely anal when it comes to Railway Series stuff. There were 2 trains in this episode that were 1 truck short of regulation. That would be Ted. He'd be that guy that would comment that.
Hey, how much? Hey, Matt, how much time did it take on your series before Ted bitched about you not having the Skarloey Railway be before the standard gauge?
He actually didn't complain about that at all. But we're getting off topic here. James.
Oh my God,
James.
that's amazing.
Can I make one last point?
Yeah.
We got Railway Series characters like the Flying Scotsman, you know, the one that Eric loves so much, and Neil. Those are some important Railway Series characters.
All right. I got it. I got it, my man.
Go to James.
James.
All right. I say 2001. Now, as many of you know, 2001 was the end of the classic era, and it was the end of everything. And then the next year, they brought out Traction Rail.
And the ugly, fattened engines.
2001 really went out with a bang. I mean, it really brought in some nice models. It actually, and many of you may not know this, but 2001 introduced Derek.
Wow, Derek, that one.
Oh my God, that one character that wasn't in the Railway Series, that was that one episode and broke down at the end, and we never saw him again.
Let him talk. Hey, he's talking here. Let him talk.
And they pretty much gave Derek a name. I mean, they never gave Derek a name in the TV series. They never gave him a name. If you watch the episode, they never said his name. Oh. So they pretty much gave him his name. They brought Wilbert and Frank in. Frank, the only other Arsdale engine. And they kept so much of the rare stuff from the 9. They kept, it was some of your last chances to get, the diesel, Soda Railway Repair, Flying Scotsman, Neil, Coldy.
All right.
Yeah, all that stuff. And had some great rolling stock.
I got the James.
Well, about Coldy, they re-released him a few years later.
Knock each other down.
James, I hate to burst
old
your
style,
bubble,
but I'm talking about the old style version, not the new style.
Okay.
James, I hate to burst your bubble, but
A lot of the items that
Ertl-
you said
hold
were
on,
re-released.
Yes,
Ertl-
but there was
Ertl-
no.
Ertl
Yes,
Derek
there's a lot
was.
of chances to get the
Oh
old
my
style
god!
versions.
Oh my!
I'm going to destroy you. Ertl Derek was released before Wooden Derek. He was named before Wooden. I'm just angry now because you guys kept interrupting me. This point sounds like I care about it more. Thanks, guys.
This is the most bass-ackwards episode of Thomas Battles ever.
This is so dysfunctional.
I love it,
But
man.
it's amazing,
I
so
love
therefore
it.
many views.
Oh my god. All right.
Plus, I must add,
I want one more thing from each of you, and I'm going back to the season thing. What is the best item from each of your years? Do you all have an item picked?
I believe so.
hold on.
Hold on.
Yes.
Okay, I'll stop the recording. All right, let's go to James. What is the best
All
item
right,
from
my
your year?
pick is going to be Wellsworth Station.
All right, interesting. Matt,
Northwestern Break Band.
Eric,
The Roundhouse.
gosh dang it, how am I supposed to decide here?
We should have picked the best like rolling stock or the best engine because the destination is probably going to beat a rolling. It's going to beat a like rolling stock, let alone an engine.
All right, gosh dang it, I'm gonna have to do.
You should have picked something better then.
Dang. All right.
Well, I mean, if you wanted me to pick the coal station, I would have, but I didn't want you to have your confidence hurt.
Ouch.
I wouldn't have my confidence hurt because the Roundhouse is even better.
I'm gonna give it.
Oh, you mean the red brick roundhouse that nobody liked?
Ouch.
Ouch.
I'm talking about the original Roundhouse that is
Yeah, the one that
fantastic.
nobody
And go
likes.
watch my crossover with Matt.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I saw that crossover. I disagreed with it.
Despite the fact that he disagreed with it, no, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Eric. Just because of his points about how it introduced so many classic things, and all of the classic items.
So did 19. I mean, I respect your verdict, but so did 1999.
That's true. But I'm looking at the page here. But there's just so many more items that he said that people talk about still, like D199, the Sodar Mail Coach, which obviously everybody still has in their hands right now, right? Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And also their express coaches just to verify. Oh my god,
the express coaches were released. Oh, okay.
All right, I'm
misspoke.
gonna give it to Matt. Eric. I'm gonna give it to Eric, not Matt. Matt.
I was scared for a second.
I'm gonna give it to Eric. Eric gets the point. Yay, Eric. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, right now James and or not James. James is here with 0. Eric and Matt both have 2.
Yeah.
No, actually, I have 3.
No, Eric, you have. Oh, you're right. You have 3. That's right. I'm sorry, because. Yep, that's right. All right, because Eric got the point in the first one. That's right. I'm wrong. So Eric's leading right now with 3, Matt with 2, and then James just kind of sitting over there with 0.
He's that one guy in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's start. Let's go to the 3rd round here, or the 5th round here. Excuse me. Let's go to the 5th round here, and let's start off with Matt.
The steamroller set.
Okay. All right. Let's go for James.
I'm going to be calling it the early year set.
All right. Eric.
Okay, my set has the name of the character in it, and sorry I couldn't find another German name. Eric gives a helping hand.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's like Eric is a German name. Go check it out. It's just I couldn't find anything else. Sorry.
Quickly pitch me what your set is about, the items in your set and stuff.
Matt,
can you guys go first? I need to take care of
Okay, I can start.
James, you start.
Okay.
All right. So the early year set is a set that's basically like your 100-piece set, but redesigned a bit. For example, you don't get the bridge in the back. Instead, you get Mountain Gordon's Hill thing. And basically, what's designed is based off the first 8 books, stories of the Railway series, or the first 7 episodes of the TV series. And basically, you get 5 engines, which would be either Thomas with his out of puff, Eckford with a smiling face, but he's got rosy red cheeks like he's tired. You're gonna have an angry Gordon. you're going to have a sad-faced Henry, you're going to have a black, worried-faced James.
That's racist.
The area where you would see the single stone tunnel on the 100-piece set would be a special adjoining tunnel, which would be called Henry's Tunnel, not like the one from the 1996, which is inaccurate.
I got it.
And then where Ellsworth Station would be. And basically, I designed the set like this because I think you can and you would also get some great faces and troublesome brake fans in a brake van, as well as Snapper Express coaches in Annie and Clarabelle. So you can basically remake the scenes from any of those episodes.
All right.
Just the bare necessities.
Yep.
I mean, it's a very nice set.
Good. Coming out fighting. All right. Eric.
Okay, so this set stars Eric and Eric.
Who is Eric?
Eric is a German DB Class 10 locomotive, like this big big. It's a big engine, and Murdoch, a sad-faced Murdoch with a leaky boiler. Like he would have, he wouldn't just have a unique expression. He would actually have boiler damage. And basically, the story's about Murdoch says, he's the strongest engine, but then he fails at the end, and then Eric comes and helps him. And the set is basically 2 loops of track united by a Vickerstown bridge. One side is the docks, and the other side is the mainland. And basically, it would also come with a playmat of the sea, so you can have the Vickerstown bridge over it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. On the Sodor part, there would be the docks, and there would be cranky and double track, and there will also be double track on the mainland, and there will also be a shunting yard and a work shed, a throwback work shed, and a bunch of trucks. And so pretty much it, guys. I need to pause my recording. My sister talking.
That's all right. Well, with that in the background, that's a very interesting idea. Matt, could you talk right now, my man?
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Can you pitch me your set?
Yeah, so this is called the Steamroller set, and if you guys didn't know, it's based off the season 4 episode called Steamroller, and the engine set you'll get in the set is an angry Sir Handel, a mischievous-faced George, a laughing Peter Sam, and Scarloey. The rolling stock you get it's going to be 5 Scarloey Railway troublesome trucks, like those slate vans, a collection of 3 red vans, and also a Scarloey Railway brake van. The destinations you will get are the Scarloey Railway yards with the sheds with 4 berths based off the Season 4 model, the bridge, and the part where the road and rail meet next to each other and the mountain next to the rails, that part from the episode. The layout will start with an outer rectangular circuit. It's going to be quite large of a circuit, so you better have space in your living room for it, And with a switch to the Scarloey Railway yards, and then it'll go from the circuit into the junction and mountain area. And the mountain's going to be a pretty big mountain. I mean, this is a premium set here. And it'll also have alongside the road where George will be, it'll have fences, workmen, and cars and trucks.
Holy balls, dude.
And as an added bonus, you're going to get the episode Steamroller, Passengers of Polish, A Bad Day for Sir Handel, and Trucks remastered in CGI on a DVD.
Oh my god, dude.
Jesus.
That's insane how much stuff there is in there. I hope you remember that normally specialty sets are these things that only consist of about 25 pieces but cost $300 and $250, excuse me. So,
and also are supposed to come with a book.
I know, and that's not right.
I mean, I never said it had to come with a book.
Yeah. Does yours come with a book, Eric?
Thomas gets tricked.
Right. Just because we're running short on time here, I think, James, you seemed like a little bit too pandering to classic series people, and also kids aren't really gonna know about the original episodes. They're just be like, oh, where's Charlie? Why isn't he in this set? So it's coming down to Eric and Matt. But James, I'm gonna have you help me decide here. Which set would you buy?
Matt set. I'm sorry, that Steamroller one sounds pretty cool.
Alright, this comes down to one very, very important question. Eric.
Yes?
What color is Eric, the engine?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I'm about to get so pissed off if he says the wrong color. I know all about German railway rules.
He is a dark green.
Oh no.
A very dark green, like almost black.
German railway
Wrong color,
regulations doesn't allow that.
No, but like I couldn't say
Alright,
black.
Ted.
There's too many black
All
engines.
right, Ted, Jesus.
He's like the Ted of German railways.
All right, Matt's. I don't know, Matt. Yours is just a little bit too complicated, which is why I'm giving it to Eric.
Oh my God, Mom!
And that means
Mom, I want something.
Eric
She's
wins this championship episode of Thomas Battles, or at least he would if I hadn't added on something to the end here.
Say what?
That's right.
Wait, what?
None of these guys know that I've added something onto the end here. This is something I've just done on my own whimsy. That's right, boys. We're going into the speed round.
Oh my God.
This will give you a chance. This will give everybody a chance to win 5 extra points. So even if you're like James and you're down like 0 points, if he wins every one of these, he will have the chance to catch up to Eric and pass him and win. So all of you have have an equal chance to win here. The thing is, I will ask you questions that none of you just have to clarify. First, none of you knew this was going to happen, right?
I'm terrified.
No.
All right, so
I'm ready.
since it's called the speed round because the person who answers my question first will get the point. But the person but if you all answer this exact same thing, then
Debate.
the person who if you answer the same thing, the person who answered it first gets the point. But if you answered it 2 different or 3 different answers, then you'll be able to argue for your points really quickly, like a quick.
I have a
quick
feeling this is going to be my downfall.
Wait a minute. If it's a speed round, is it just our opinions or is it a quiz?
It's not a quiz. It's your opinions. It's like Thomas Battles, except quick.
Okay.
That's been quick. All right. So our first speedrun question is: who is the better Audrey, the Reverend W or Christopher? Go.
Reverend.
Reverend.
Christopher.
Reverend.
All right. Eric, you're out because you answered
What?
because you answered Reverend after Matt, but James answered a different thing. So James and Matt, you get to argue. Matt, why the Reverend?
The Reverend spawned Christopher.
James.
I always said that Christopher was better simply because his stories I seem are more valuable and actually were more sought after by fans than the Revs.
All right. Matt, that was a crap
Reverend.
argument. James gets a point.
Really?
Yes, really. You didn't say anything about the quality of his stories or anything like that?
No, I said the Reverend was Christopher's father.
So? All right, we're not going to debate this. This is the speed round. All right, this is speed round. All right. Our next speed round question is, what is the best steam engine that's not Thomas? Go.
Gordon.
Arthur.
James!
What did you say, Matt?
Arthur.
Arthur. All right. All right, all 3 of you quickly. James, you go first.
James is because he's red.
All right, James. So it's between Matt and Eric, basically.
I
Matt, you're
couldn't
next.
think of anything fast enough.
Arthur is the only LMS engine on the show, and that's pretty cool.
Eric.
He's arrogant, he's got attitude, and it's funny to see him fail because he's always arrogant to the others and has some personality.
Eric gets the point.
Yeah.
Matt.
Wait, who's he? Wait, who's his character?
Gordon.
All right. Matt has forfeited here because he's had to go deal with some personal stuff with his girlfriend. All right. So now it's down to Eric and James. So Eric and James, what is the best diesel? Speed round,
Boco.
guys. Come on.
D199.
James, what was your option?
I said Boko.
James wins. Yeah.
What?
Dude, come on. Seriously, D199 only appeared in the Railway series. He didn't have anything. Boko's awesome, and you know it.
But he has more personality than Boko.
All right, next. We're moving on here. Speed round. All right, guys. Who is the best road vehicle?
Birdie.
George.
Why? Argue. Give me your arguments. James.
I say George is better because I like his. He was the only road vehicle to really, besides Bulgy, that really showed huge rebellion and even acted upon it to a serious point to almost injuring people.
All right, Eric.
Birdie has good intentions. He has more interaction with the main characters, and he has a fun personality.
All right. I'm gonna give it to James.
What?
James is pulling a comeback here. It's because he was, and I'd like to quote Diesel here. He was revolutionary. He was one of the first to pull a revolution. So yeah, that's a thing. All right.
Technically, yeah.
Our final speed round question.
But that's personal. That wasn't an argument.
Okay, well, Eric, it's the speed round. We gotta make decisions here. All right, our final question. You two, Misty Island Rescue and Hero the Rails are on at the same time. Which one do you choose to watch?
Hero the Rails.
Hero the Rails.
James said it first. James gets the point.
What? No,
He said Hero the Rails first. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I'm tabulating the points. Eric has more answers overall, which means Eric gets the win.
Yes!
Guys, Area Pier 53 is our Thomas Battles champion.
Yay! Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom and my dad and my mom again.
You have 3 moms? What?
No, it's the same person, just cloned.
All right. Well, guys, Eric.
And also the doctor.
Eric Pier 53 is the champion. TrainKing James, you came in very close there. You had 4 points, but Eric edged you out with 5. You were so close, my man.
How many does Matt have?
And Matt kind of lost it there at the end because he decided to forfeit. He had 2. So, I guess it's whatever, guys. It's whatever. But Eric has freaking champion of all champions of Thomas Battles, now with 2 wins, 0 losses.
Ooh.
All right, guys. So, yeah, that was a very fun championship installment of Thomas Battles. Congratulations to the winner. Let's put in our final plugs here. Matt.
Hey, guys. Subscribe to their channels, please.
And subscribe to your channel, HiroTheJapaneseTrain, now spelled correctly.
Yeah, hey, how about it?
Also, follow him on Twitter at HTJTMatt, TTTE, TrainKing James.
Just subscribe to these guys. They both got great series and great friends.
Follow him on Twitter at TrainKing5 and his channel TrainKing James. Eric Pier 53.
Subscribe to me, Eric Pier 53. Follow me on Twitter at Eric Pier 53. Also, go subscribe to Music Sodor and also go subscribe to Tank Engine Studios, please.
All right, guys. Well, with that said, that is the end of this championship installment of Thomas Battles. This was incredibly fun. Congrats to the winner. And check out Chat Room with Ted next week. Goodbye.
Woohoo!